This world exists with its pain, with its sorrow, with its death, to make a place for Jesus Christ, the Son of God, to suffer and die. If a world like this didn't exist, Jesus would have no place to suffer and die. If there were no suffering, Jesus couldn't suffer. If there were no death, Jesus couldn't die. Put it another way, the reason there is terror is so that Christ could be terrorized. The reason there is trouble is so that Christ could be troubled. The reason there is pain is so that Christ could feel pain. This world became what it is so that the Son of God could enter it and feel all of it. Therefore, you should never feel that God is somehow out there, distant, far away, toying with this creation. He made the horrors to enter the horrors. Romans 5:8, God shows his love for us in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. Do you believe? Let me say it again. God shows his love for us in that while we were yet sinners, Christ, his Son, died for us. He showed his love through the death of his Son. He showed his love through the death of his Son. Do you believe that love could be shown another way? That love could be shown another way. It couldn't. And he meant for it to be shown. Listen to these words from Acts chapter 4. Truly in this city, this is being prayed by the saints after the death and resurrection of Jesus. Truly in this city, Jerusalem, there were gathered together against your holy servant Jesus, whom you anointed, Herod, Pontius Pilate, the Gentiles, and the peoples of Israel, to do whatever your hand and your plan predestined to take place. Do you hear what that says? Herod, who mocked him, put a purple robe on him, scorned him. Pilate, who expediently washed his hands and said, I find no fault in him, but my job's at stake, and so kill him, crucify him, put him through the worst tortures imaginable. The Gentiles, that's the soldiers, they were driving the nails, pushing the sword in the side. The Jewish people, crucify him, crucify him. Those four things, this text says, I'll read it again. Herod, Pontius Pilate, the Gentiles and the peoples of Israel were gathered together to do whatever your plan and your hand had predestined to take place. Christ did not die by accident. Oh, just a fluke of history, just a turning of Roman affairs, just a mob violence. This had been planned since before the foundation of the world. This is the climax of the reason for existence. The Son of God bearing all the suffering of the world in order to lift sin from all who would trust him, bring them into everlasting reward and joy, exquisitely on a new heavens and a new earth, glorifying God for his wisdom and grace and love. That's the reason this world exists the way it exists.